Hey guys, welcome back to another Rest Eat Move podcast. This is our first one of the year. It's a special one because we have our newest employee, Rashaan. And Rashaan's going to be here kind of ask some questions that maybe anyone would ask about the challenge. The 21-day challenge is off and ready to go. I think this year we have a solid challenge. We've made some tweaks over the last several years. And I was thinking back, when we started to do this challenge concept, it was 10 years ago. So 10 years ago till today is when we first did our first challenge, and it was actually a 90-day challenge. And just to kind of sum up why we changed it to 21 days, 90 days is long, and not everybody's ready for 90 days, including myself. And so along the way, we've tweaked it, we've adapted it, and I think this is the best year so far for our 21-day Eat Challenge. But I just want to go over some of the ideas, principles, benefits of the 21-day challenge because we're all in a different spot. I think everyone wakes up January 1st ready for some new outcomes, new results. Everyone's looking for that new you. But no New Year's resolutions really stand the test of the full year. And so what can a 21-day challenge really do? Here's my thoughts. Number one, we got to make it simple. And with the 21-day Eat Challenge, I think that's what it really is about. It's simple. There's one rule. You eat in the center of the target for 21 days, and that's what makes it something that people can kind of sustain. But the mindset, and this is what Tab and I were talking about before we hit record, is the mindset is focusing on the foods you should eat versus focusing on the foods that you shouldn't eat. And I think that's what makes this unique. Everyone has a unique kind of program, but what makes this one unique is that positivity of focusing on what we should eat. Now, I was looking at a couple challenges that kind of are out on the internet, and you got 30 days of no sugar. And Rashaan's going to probably ask me some of these questions a little bit, but 30 days of no sugar, those are the wrong words. Sugar, processed sugar, you're not going to do that in the 21-day Eat Challenge. But carbohydrates are sugar, so that's very confusing to me. And then you have all these eliminations: no bread, no carbs, no sugar, no grains, no legumes, it's too much. And so the mindset is focused on what you should eat versus what you shouldn't eat. Now you say, okay, what does that do? Well, it does three things, three benefits. Helps you detoxify. So if you go 21 days, eating in the center two circles of the target, your body's going to detoxify. And I don't know about you, Rashaan, but I get a lot of people that ask me questions of, how do you detoxify once a year? We really should be detoxifying daily.
All the time, right?
All the time. And so this is a key way to detoxify. Number two, 21 days of eating the foods in the center of the target, you're going to fuel the body. And this is what I want people to really focus in. How do you feel? Rashaan, over the holidays when you don't eat your best, how do you feel?
Terrible all the time. I think I noticed that once I break the habit, because I like to eat healthy all the time.
Yeah.
But once I go back home and I say I eat like soul food, mac and cheese, do all that, I come back and I'm feeling bad. So.
Yeah, and that's me. So, when over the holidays I ate too much and I just feel horrible. Now the food tastes good at the time. It's fun to eat. It's social, but I think that's one of the big benefits is you're going to fuel the body, which will make you feel better. And, I kind of have a guarantee after 21 days, if you do this for 21 days, you will feel your best.
Yeah, I seen a Target too, and I noticed kind of that the foods don't even look that bad.
And they're not that bad. And I think we'll get in that because they're foods.
Yeah.
They're real foods. Third one is habits. I think 21 days isn't going to cement habits for a lifetime, but it's going to nudge you in the right direction. And so that's the big one is 90 days is probably the magic number for habits, but 21 days is a good nudge that allows people to commit to something that they can, finish.
Yeah.
Not everyone can commit to 90 days. You got this coming up, this vacation. So those are the three benefits. Okay, here's the third one. What will you learn? This is big. Over this 21 days, if you choose to do the 21-day challenge, you're going to do a couple things. You're going to learn some things. Number one, you're going to learn maybe how to shop differently. we've talked about this. It's a big one for you. You're going to learn how to cook maybe some different things. We got the Target to Table Cookbook. You're going to be able to plan. You're going to be able to pivot. But you're going to learn these upgrades. And our whole methodology is about making upgrades. And that's what you're saying is you're looking at the center of the target. Doesn't even look that bad. Well, no, they're foods. You know, applesauce, fine. But that's in the yellow. So we're going to have apples. Simple upgrades. Everything starts at the source. And just remembering, you know, what you're going to learn is food is medicine, and that's why people after 21 days start to feel their best. All right, I'll keep going here, and then we'll get into some of that Q&A. Why 21 days? I kind of explained this a little bit, but it's sustainable. You know, the new year is past us. 21 days. It's 3 weeks. We can all do it. Do we want to do it? Is it going to be easy? Not necessarily. But it's, I think, simple enough, short enough to make it sustainable. It's also long enough to get results. So if we did the 7-day challenge, we just would get going. And you're going to hear more of me talk about, you know, some of the challenges. But after day 3, day 4, I usually say that's when the challenge begins. Day 1, day 2, day 3, kind of that honeymoon phase. It's kind of easy, kind of exciting. But 21 days is long enough to feel pretty good. And one last thing, why 21 days? Well, I want you to go 21 days straight. But if for some reason you have a party, a celebration, don't quit the 21 days. Celebrate, do your thing, but come right back to it. That's why we chose 21 days. You're going to have the Target to Table Cookbook as a resource. You know, what are you going to do after the 21-day challenge? This is key. We're going to come back to this 80-20 rule. And over the holidays, I was more like a 50-50. I was eating cookies. I was having, you know, prime rib, doing all this stuff. But 80-20 is really, to me, the magic kind of ratio to feeling your best on a consistent basis. This is that lifestyle. But for 21 days, we're kind of talking 100-0. And so there's not a lot of give. But I think that's what makes it so powerful, is it allows you to kind of experience what feeling your best feels like. And my last kind of rule, my last little guide here is you got to have fun. And I think you eat healthy because it makes you feel good. I think you're passionate about it just like the rest of us. But you got to have fun. If you choose to do this 21-day challenge, don't do it because you think you have to. Do it because you want to. And one of the, I think, best things, if you say what's the takeaway from the challenge, you got to fail. You got to make some mistakes. Whether that's making the wrong recipe, using the wrong ingredients, not liking something. Once you do that, then you're actually trying to change. And if you give yourself that opportunity, I think that's the biggest takeaway that anyone could have from the challenge. Again, I'll repeat this. It is simple, but it's not easy. If it was easy, I don't think it would have any results. And so we got to do some hard stuff. Doesn't mean that we have to make it complicated. Tab likes to talk about starting at 0. We're going to go from 0 to 1, but that 1's going to be really critical. And that one rule is eating in the center 2 circles of the target for 21 days. So that's my little soapbox on the 21-day challenge. Want to get everyone kind of caught up on our thought process, why we did it, why we're doing it. And now I want to kind of go back and forth and learn, what are some of your questions? Where's your mind at? What do you think our listeners could kind of, you know, what would they ask if they were sitting in your seat?
Realistically, because I know a lot of people who really don't follow any guide on eating healthy, they would probably ask, what are we eating? Because I notice, because I'm more into, you know, alkaline and acidic, understanding that. So it looks like the target, when it's red, it seems like it's more acidic on the outside, and the green is more alkaline. Is that true?
You know, that's really powerful. Again, Rashaan's been with us for less than 3 weeks, and very curious mind. But I would say, for the most part, yes, not always. You know, for example, pecan's going to be more acidic, just the nature of a pecan, or some fruits are more acidic. But for the most part, as an overriding theme, the green is going to be alkaline, the red's going to be acidic. Acid's inflammation, green's going to be less inflammation. And so, yeah, that's the key point. And so your question is, what should you eat? The answer is foods from the source. If it has one ingredient it's fair game. Apple, banana, potato. You know, I just there's an article, I can't even believe this is news, but an article came out. Not all potatoes are bad, and it comes. The point of the article is it depends on how you prepare it. Well, isn't that common sense?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, a mashed potatoes with butter and gravy and is not the same as a baked potato.
Right.
But you need a news article to explain that. So that's kind of what you're eating is whole foods at the source.
Much, yeah.
You know, Tab once said to me, if it's not in a package, a box, a bag, you can have it. Now, there's also some things that could fit into the challenge that may be prepared a little bit, but we're really getting back to the source. And the big reason why, back to the science, is because it's more alkaline. Good question.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? What else would people, you think, ask or want to know?
Does a 21-day challenge include workouts? Are you guys doing workouts? Any guys to that?
Yeah, so we're gonna try to be involved. So the 21-day challenge, and this is the key, is about the person who signs up. So where they want to go, and what we found is nutrition is an area where people really want to get focused in the new year.
Yeah.
But our 3 pillars will live inside the 21-day Eat Challenge. You know, we'll talk about sleep, we'll talk about rest, creating that space, breathing, exercise. We'll try to do some guided workouts along the way, like we always. But the challenge part of it is really staying focused. And before kind of you came here a couple years back, we tried a rest, eat, move challenge.
Yeah.
The problem is there's too many things. And again, we got to keep it simple so that we can really check the box and say, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to execute it. But by no means are we saying you eat in the center of the target, but you don't sleep and you don't exercise.
Right.
Yeah. You got to take it where you're at. Everyone's in a different spot, but we'll try to continue to provide different nuggets of information in those areas.
These just the baby steps, pretty much.
This is the baby step that I think. I mean, myself, I eat healthy majority of the time, but this is a focused plan. It's not a diet. It's a focused plan, and we all need some ebb and flow of focus.
Right.
And I think sometimes when we get out of focus, we just have to come back, and that's this evergreen kind of ebb and flow. So for us, the 21 days is really about nutrition, but maybe down the road you want to do a 21-day exercise challenge or a 21-day sleep challenge. Those are different ways to focus on different categories.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
What about, in your perspective, so you asked about what to eat. One of the questions that I get a lot is, well, how do you prepare it? Well, you can eat it raw. You can cook it. You can mix and match. There's really no way to cook it.
Yeah.
You're just eating these foods.
Yeah.
And it's not about, do I have to eat, fruits with vegetables? No, you're just eating foods. And what you're going to find is you're naturally going to create these plates, these meals that have balance. Broccoli has proteins and carbs. And so the more you get closer to the center of the target,
The better.
The macronutrients share.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Because I work out a lot, and I'm like, I have to track my macros, my fats, all that. And I've seen it has different categories on there too. So people that don't really understand what the target is, I feel like if they're looking at the target, you can low-key pick your fats for the day. You can pick your protein. You can pick your carbohydrates, which is, I believe, is very helpful.
Yeah, it's kind of secondary, but it's very helpful. So when we are trying to teach people about nutrition, it's the quality first, quantity second. And I think when you start to focus on quality first, then that quantity really, really can be a game changer. If you just do quantity, as you know, you see people at the gym where they're just glugging back some protein shakes and some of these candy bars that have protein. Yeah. So that's not going to make you healthy. And again, what is the results that I really think people can get from the challenge? You may lose weight. That might be something you want. You may gain muscle. That may be something that you want. But the biggest thing is you're going to have this profound energy, this feeling that I think a lot of people are missing because we're getting the food right at the source. And food is medicine, more like to me than anything else, but it does take some time.
Exactly.
You have a carrot one time, not going to do much, but over a while, the profound impact. What other questions? Any questions that you think might hold people back from doing 21 days eating the center?
Honestly, looking and viewing it, probably not. I mean, if you consider yourself disciplined or not disciplined, I feel like if you look at the target, I mean, it's pretty much simple to me. And I feel like if it's simple to me, it'll be simple to everybody. And even talking to the viewers out there too, I feel like they answer every question. You can literally reach out to them. You go on the Instagram, they're very active. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we're gonna be there. We're guiding. We'll probably do some live webinars at the end of each week to kind of keep people kind of engaged as a community. We're gonna have thousands of people on the 21-day challenge at the same time. Now the challenge can be done at any time throughout the year, but we found this is kind of a great way to kind of start off the year.
That's great. That's great.
Any other thoughts? Are you excited for the challenge? You gonna do the challenge?
Oh yeah, you already know I am. I'm gonna do it. Have you done it the years in the past? I know you're promoting it, but I'm pretty sure they want to know too. Have you ever done it before?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it. Anything that I do, you're gonna find that I'm gonna try to participate. And this is a year to me that I'm really excited. One, I like where New Year's falls. So the Monday coming out of New Year's is ready to rock for the 21-day challenge, and that's to me something that I want to participate in. And I got some goals that I want to hit here in the new year. And 23, like I said, is my favorite number, and so I think 2023 is going to be a big year. And I like to do some physical things that I think nutrition really plays a part in.
Huge role, yeah.
So we'll be back. We're excited for the rest of 23. We wanted to get on here and kind of give you a glimpse into the 21-day Eat Challenge. You know our slogan by now. You have the power to feel your best. And here's my guarantee, and I want you to hold me accountable to this, but if you give yourself, not us, I don't need anyone to give us 21 days.
Right.
I want you to give yourself 21 days, and I guarantee you'll feel your best. Enjoy the challenge. Make mistakes, learn how to pivot, try new foods, ask some good questions, share it with friends and family. Key with that one, don't be the food police. Don't tell anyone what they shouldn't eat. Focus on the foods that you should eat. And what I found with most people's nutrition, it's not about what they're eating. It's about what they're not eating. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
If I tell you what to eliminate, easy to follow, doesn't mean that it's the best thing that we should do.
Exactly.
So I wish everyone a health and happiness in 2023. We're super excited to have Rashaan. Rashaan will be back on.
Yeah, y'all see me soon for sure.
You'll see Rashaan more.
I'm behind the camera.
He's behind the camera, but as you can tell, he should be on the camera. Maybe we should be behind the camera.
Yeah.
So we'll see you again on the next podcast. Good luck in the 21-day challenge. More to come. See you soon.